Elias wandered into the antique shop. The musty smell of old paper filled his nose. He loved the jumble of forgotten treasures. He picked up a dusty pocket watch. It felt cold in his hand. It seemed to hum with a strange energy. Elias traced the intricate engravings on its surface. He had never seen anything like it. A voice startled him. "Ah, you found something special," the shopkeeper said. The old man's eyes twinkled with an odd light. Elias nodded slowly, drawn to the watch's allure. "Where did you find this?" Elias asked. He couldn't take his eyes off the watch. The shopkeeper chuckled. "Some things," he said, "are best left undiscovered." Elias's curiosity piqued. He had to know more. "This," the shopkeeper said, "is the Timekeeper's watch." Elias raised an eyebrow. "The Timekeeper?" he echoed. The shopkeeper leaned closer. "A being who exists outside of time," he whispered. Elias shivered. The air felt suddenly cold. "It is said," the shopkeeper continued, "that the watch grants the ability to observe the past." Elias scoffed. "Observe the past?" he asked. The shopkeeper nodded. "But be warned," he said. "Time is a fickle thing." Elias dismissed the warning. He couldn't resist the allure of the watch's power. He purchased the watch without hesitation. As he left the shop, the shopkeeper's words echoed in his mind. "Time is not to be tampered with." Elias dismissed the warning. He couldn't wait to test the watch's power. That night, Elias held the watch in his hand. He felt a surge of anticipation. He turned the watch's hands. The room around him wavered. He gasped as he found himself in a different time. He watched as a young boy who he recognized as his father played in the park. He saw his grandparents looking youthful and full of life. He was enthralled. The past unfolded before his eyes, a silent film in vibrant color. He spent hours lost in bygone eras. He witnessed historical events. He saw his ancestors. He was filled with a sense of wonder. Elias continued to use the watch. He delved deeper into the past. He became obsessed, but with each journey he felt a change within himself. He felt a growing weariness, a heaviness in his chest. The colors of his world seemed to fade. He started having nightmares. Visions of the past, twisted and dark, haunted his sleep. He felt the weight of time pressing down on him. He was losing himself. His present became a hazy reflection of the past he obsessively revisited. One night, Elias stumbled upon a scene he never expected. He saw himself older, wearier, standing in the same room. He froze. His future self turned and met his gaze. His face was etched with regret and warning. "You need to stop this," his future self said, his voice raspy and weak. Elias was stunned. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. He tried to speak, but no words came out. Each journey, his future self continued, takes its toll. You are unraveling the fabric of your being. Elias shook his head in denial. He couldn't accept it. He enjoyed his journeys to the past. Time, his future self said, is not meant to be controlled. He coughed, a dry rattling sound. You are becoming unstuck in time. Elias saw the fear in his future self's eyes. He felt a chill run down his spine. His future self held up his own watch. It was cracked and dull. "This watch," he said, "it promises knowledge but demands a heavy price." Elias saw the truth in those words. His future self was fading. "You must break free from this cycle," he whispered. "Live in the present. Cherish the moments you have." And with that he vanished. Elias was left alone. He trembled. He looked at the watch in his hand. He finally understood the truth. The watch was not a gift. It was a curse. He had been so consumed by the past that he had forgotten to live in the present. Elias knew what he had to do. He raced back to the antique shop. He burst through the door. He had to return the watch. The shopkeeper stood there, as if expecting him. He handed the watch back to the shopkeeper. "Take it back!" Elias pleaded. The shopkeeper took the watch. "Time," he said, "forgives no mistakes, but it offers second chances." Elias left the shop. He felt lighter, freer. He vowed to heed his future self's warning. He would live in the present. He would cherish every moment. He walked into the sunrise, ready to embrace the future. The antique shop was gone. Had it ever been there? Elias wasn't sure. He smiled. He had been given a second chance. He wouldn't waste it. Time, he realized, was the most precious gift of all.